Manuel Fontanes. He owns one of the longest Latin bands here in Jacksonville, Ritmo y Sabor. And he knew I sing. And so he was like, do you want to sing in my band? And I was like, yeah. And so that is when I really discovered Jacksonville and really started to fall in love
real
with
cruelty. I had these bracelets and I forgot them at school one day, and I was already on the bus. The bus had taken off, and I started screaming at the top of my lungs in my best English. But it wasn't really English. It was, I was saying my pulseras, but I just put an accent on it, and I was saying my pulseras, my pulseras. And I thought that was English. But I was crying. The whole bus is now, at this point laughing at me. It was then that I realized, oh, I'm not like them. I'm different. It was that first time that I felt different, not like everybody else.
Exciting. Leadership, it brings responsibility to not just the organization, but to the community as a whole. I always say, unidos somos más, and that is what we need to continue to do. To continue to
I would go out, to the mall or whatnot, and it was very rare to hear somebody speaking Spanish. In fact, whenever I would hear it, I'd be like, oh my gosh, somebody's speaking Spanish. Now I go out and I hear Spanish being spoken almost everywhere. And I believe at the time I was the only Latina on air here.
And can I tell you a funny story? My grandmother was very, she was a jealous lady, right? And my grandfather was so handsome. So she would send me with him. She said, if you want to go with him in the morning, you have to get up really early. I would go with him. And then when we got back, she would ask me, who did you see over there? And I would say, well, we saw Negrita, we saw Guapa. It's like saying, cutie and sweetheart. I said, well, we saw cutie and sweetheart. And, and of course, I don't think he had a really good day after that. But I was very innocent. I didn't know. I thought those were their names. Adios linda, adios guapa, adios negrita. And I would tell her all these ladies that we saw.
I loved it. Loved it. And that's where I think I, certainly learned a lot about, these national associations. And when I came to Jacksonville, and I'm like, so where's our Black MBA chapter? What? We don't have a Black MBA. You mean you don't have a Hispanic, MBA chapter? It's been 18 years and we still don't have a Prospanica. So one of the things that I tried to do when I was getting ready to close down the Hill, we actually tried to transition the organization to a chapter of Prospanica.
That, and I remember him being so proud of being Puerto Rican. He would hang this huge Puerto Rican flag outside of our house, and I would get home from school every day. I was in high school. I was probably like a junior. I would take the flag down. I was so embarrassed, and I don't know why. I was like, why are you putting it up? So I would take it down, and I would put it in like this closet. And every day I would come home, it was hanging again. And so we did that every day for like a week or two. And then he thought it was my mom who took it down. And then when he found out it was me, he gets so upset. He's like, why would you, it's so important for us. Like, we're proud. And, and so, there was even the law that Puerto Ricans weren't even allowed to show the flag because it was like criminalized and things like that. So even just realizing that now that he was so proud and that, I kind of try to take that on now.